Hi, hello everyone. It's Angie with Living Inspired Within, and today we are going to talk about sales. So I've come up with a very short list of 8 things that I want to cover and talk to you about sales today. So this came from, hopefully you were able to tune into the masterclass last week. It was great, and I've had a lot of calls booked from that masterclass. So, as I'm speaking to women about their business and we're talking about things that they can implement to see immediate impact, sales keeps coming up. So, I've had a lot of questions about sales, a lot of questions about learning to embrace sales, getting better at sales, really looking at sales in a totally different way. So, I had another topic planned for today, but I wanted to change it because we should always be flexible, right? And be able to provide value and fill a gap where it's needed, right? So I'm hearing a lot of questions about sales, so I wanted to talk about that today. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to pull up the group in my phone, and then hopefully I can see if you guys have questions. So we will see. Yes, so I'm live, so I'll be able to see if you have questions. I have it on my phone, but I want to go over 8 things. So I have some notes. As you know, I like my notes so that I don't forget stuff for you. So number 1, I would ask, what are your sales goals? Do you have sales goals? So this is one of the things I've been covering on the calls that I've had, and quite honestly, a lot of the answers have varied. So take a minute and ask yourself, what income or what revenue are you bringing in now? And then what is your goal? What is your sales goal? What is your revenue goal? So where are you now and where do you want to go? And then what are your conversion rates? What are your KPIs or your key performance indicators? So we track these across different businesses. So you may know if your sales goal, let's say, is $5,000 a month, and you have a product that is $500 a month, you need 10 clients a month, right? Well, if you need 10 clients a month, how many calls do you have to go on to be able to sell your product or your service or your solution, whatever that is? And then if you need to, let's say you have 10 calls per one client, so it takes 10 calls for you to convert one client, and you need 10 clients to meet your monthly goal, then you know you need 100 sales calls in a month. So you need to be able to kind of back out of your sales goal by using your key performance indicator, by using your conversion rates, so you can look at it and you can know what you need to do. So that helps you with your action plan, so that you can have an action plan in place to meet your sales goals and hold yourself accountable. So what are your sales goals? The second point is, and I would ask everyone to really think about this, and you can comment below. Again, if you're watching it, please #replay if you're watching it on replay, or comment below and let us know, what are your thoughts about sales? So if you've been around this group for any length of time, you know I love sales. I love sales. I think sales is fun. I think sales is exciting. It's exhilarating. It's a little bit like a roller coaster sometimes, and I love it. But that's me. I've talked to a lot of women, a lot of men too. They don't love sales. So either it feels really like icky to them. I don't even know if that's a word. But it just doesn't feel natural to them. So it feels maybe like they're imposing on someone, or like they're too assertive, or it makes them feel, someone said it made them feel prideful, right? So I would ask you to kind of reframe what you think about sales. So we're going to use the prideful example for a moment. If sales makes you feel like you're bragging, right? You're bragging about what you can do to help someone, or you're bragging about what value you can bring, or what service, whatever it is. It's not necessarily that you're bragging. You're providing a value. You're providing a solution to someone that needs that solution. So if you are, and I like to think of it like we're all given certain spiritual gifts, right? And that's my belief. And if you have different beliefs, that's okay too, whether they came from the universe or God or wherever they came from. I think we've all been given gifts that are specific to us. So it is our job while we're here on this earth to be good stewards of those spiritual gifts. So instead of thinking of sales as you're pushing yourself on someone or you're selling yourself, you're not really. What you're doing is you're providing a solution, you're providing a value, you're sharing your spiritual gifts and being a good steward of those gifts to meet someone where they are and provide a solution they're looking for. So sometimes it's just about reframing, and we've talked about this before, but it's just little tweaks sometimes in how you're thinking and processing something. And what that may do is it may kind of get you out of your own way. So you're thinking about something in a different way. So number 3 is anything you want to get good at, you have to practice it. So you can't just think, okay, well, sales, I'm just, I'm going to try to do it really awkwardly every once in a while and I'll figure it out. You have to practice it. So whether you're practicing your presentation and you're recording it, you can use Loom, it's a free service. You can record it, you can go back and watch your presentation on video. You can record it on your phone if you want to just kind of dictate and role play through a sales call or walk through your elevator pitch or your sales pitch and then listen back and listen to it. You can role play with a friend. You can role play with an accountability partner. You can role play within your coaching programs. So there's a lot of things that you can practice to get good at. But like anything, you really have to spend time on it. You have to spend time and practice your sales skills. They are skills that you have to fine-tune to get better, like anything else. So a way that you can practice them is you can practice your sales skills on networking events. So there's plenty of networking events. If you haven't seen, and I'll post it below, we are having an online networking event tonight. It's at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. It's on Zoom. It's 100% free. So you can come if you're watching this and want to take massive action, register for the networking event and practice your selling skills. Practice presenting your solution. Practice your elevator pitch, right? So you want to practice to get better. Number 4, you want to look at what problem you're solving, right? So when you look at your ideal client, what problem do they have that you can solve? What is the solution you're bringing them? Because you're not really selling a product or service, you're selling a solution. So it may look like if you are selling social media services, you may actually be providing your client more time in order to do things that only he or she can do, whether that's doing one-on-one coaching with a client or attending a soccer game for their child, whatever it is, right? So maybe you're selling a product, right? And you're selling maybe skincare, but you're not really selling skincare. You're selling a solution, so maybe someone feels not confident about aging, right? So you're selling confidence because this is an anti-wrinkle cream or something. Totally random examples, but that's kind of how I would suggest you look at it. So what is their problem? What is the pain point that you are fixing for them? And what is your solution? What value are you bringing? So you want to look at it a little bit different. And then ask them as you're talking through them, with them, on a sales call or a Zoom call or face-to-face, whatever it is, ask them and say, do you think it would help you if, right? So I know you're struggling with juggling everything you have to do as an entrepreneur, right? So if I was able to help you with your bookkeeping services and take that burden off your shoulders, would that enable you to have more time to XYZ? And if they say yes, then you're providing that solution, right? You're giving them time. You know the value you're bringing them. If they say no, then you really need to dig in and find out what is it that they need. Maybe they need something else, right? So are you solving their pain point? Are you solving their problem, right? And when you ask them, if you're talking to someone and saying, listen, is this, if I were, for instance, if I were able to provide mindset and business coaching and help you get to where you want to be, would that be something that would help you achieve your sales goals? And stop and wait for them to respond. So you can't just through the sales process, you're talking over them because you're not giving someone a chance to respond and you're not listening to solve their problems. So silence is your friend. So get comfortable with it because some people are really uncomfortable with silence. So I'm going to go back to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Learn to love silence. Okay, number 6, you can overcome objections before they come out. So if you know that an objection is, maybe I can't afford your services, right? Or there's a financial objection. You can say, I know a lot of people have a concern with the finances of a service like this. In order to address that problem, we have come up with a solution that allows you to pay over X amount of months, or to pay in 2 installments or 4 installments or whatever it is, right? So you want to try to overcome that objection, whatever it may be, right? So if you know you're getting that objection, try to overcome it as you're talking to them. And then number 7, so relationship selling. So think of this as a relationship. You're not going in, so don't think of it like you're going in for the kill and you've made the sale and you're on to the next. Is that really what you want to facilitate in your business? You're going in for the kill, you get the sale, and you're done. So maybe if you're thinking of it like that, maybe that's why sales doesn't feel really great. Maybe think of it like relationship sales, relationship selling. Because you're creating a relationship with that person. And whether or not they become a client, you're building a relationship with them. So they may become a client today. They may become a client 6 weeks down the road, 6 months down the road, 6 years down the road. So that may be their trajectory, right? And their journey in working with you. They may become a referral partner. So one of the things I'm building out is a referral program because it is so impactful. It's a win-win. So maybe they become a referral partner. And so they're saying, okay, we recommend Angie for XYZ, right? So maybe they're your referral partner. They're not necessarily a client. Maybe there's someone that you can collaborate with and they're not a client at all. But you found through the sales process that, oh my gosh, you guys do so much and you have so much in common and they don't necessarily need your services. But oh, by the way, you build this relationship, and what if you co-host a room on Clubhouse? Awesome, right? So build a relationship and see where it goes. Don't just focus and funnel only on the sale. Focus on that relationship and see what value you can provide them and see what they can provide you in return, right? So the goal is to have a give, take, and a win-win. So build that relationship and see where it goes. And then number 8, the last one, you've got to follow up. So whether or not you have I hope that you have a CRM or some type of system to put your customers, your leads, your email list in so you can follow up and make notes. You want to make sure you're following up with someone. So whether you're setting up a sequence and that's automated through one of your systems, or if you're manually reaching out to someone, so that can be an email, a text, a phone call, a DM on social media, it can be a million different things. But have that follow-up, know what your follow-up looks like over the course of X amount of days. So does your follow-up stretch over 7 days, over 30 days, over 12 months? What does that follow-up look like? And make sure that when you follow up one time, your next task is already scheduled, whether it's automated or if you leave a voicemail and you make a note in your system that says, I left a voicemail, schedule your next follow-up so it pings you so you don't forget. And then people get lost in the shuffle and then they never worked with you because they never heard from you again. So hopefully these are 8 tips. They're super simple, but things that you can implement and ways that you can learn to, if you don't already embrace and love sales, hopefully you will one day, but these are ways that you can start practicing your sales skills and start reframing the way you think about sales and going about sales differently so you can see the positive impacts on your business and your life. So if you aren't meeting your goals and you do need some help around business and mindset, please book a call with me. I'm still accepting. I have a couple spots left. But if you would like to book a call, please do. I hope this video served you well, and I will see you next week at 3 o'clock on Tuesday. Bye.